There? We are. Ooh. I'll put it down. Welcome to Logan Street Restaurant. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Beautiful fall afternoon. We have some exciting things to feed you tonight. We have some delicious drinks on hand as well. We are doing our fall dinner series with the Modern Eater Show. We have Brian Friedman and Greg Hollenbach are going to be your hosts tonight. We're really excited to have you. It's the fourth day that we're doing this, 4 out of 5 days, so they're really in tune with what's going on. They got everything dialed in. So we are going to be having a fun night, and it's going to be delicious because Scott Hybbeneth, the chef from Angelo's Taverna, is going to be feeding you his 5-course meal. He's been working hard. He's been working hard on this meal since Monday. And so we're really excited to have him on board. And I know that Scott is no stranger to wine dinners. And we were talking about this the other day and his excitement and anticipation of this event. And he's really got some nice tricks up his sleeve for you tonight. So not to really build it up too much, but tell him what you got going on today.
Wait, without further ado, we need to do this.
Oh,
The chef is here tonight, Chef Scott Hybbeneth. Yes, let's hear it. Eric Hyatt, Mr. Hospitality. I love this man. Let's hear for Eric Hyatt as well. Brian, this whole staff and crew here, Logan Street Carboy, they're amazing. Here they are. Let's hear it for these guys as well.
Yes, thank you. Getting better every night.
We're going to start bringing food out to you as we do some introductions and tell you what you can expect tonight. First of all, how many of you have been to a Modern Eater dinner before? Oh, my goodness. This is great. Welcome back. Thank you guys for coming back. The rest of you, hands up. You haven't been here before? Here's what you can expect.
Yep, you're in for a treat.
You are in for a treat. We stream everything live. We're on Facebook, YouTube right now. The Modern Eater Facebook page, our Instagram. Please like us. And we would appreciate that. You can watch the show tonight. If you put it on your table and you can watch the streaming, you can chime in. Any questions or anything you want to participate with, please. This is about community.
And take pictures and share.
And
Hashtag Fall Dinner Series.
Fall Dinner Series.
Yep.
Absolutely. Okay, so lots of pictures, lots of community. Here's how we roll this out. It's kind of like a dinner show. So what we do is we have the purveyors here with us for dinner or over a Zoom call. And what's really fun about this is because we want everybody to connect. In a world of social distancing and physical distancing, these types of dinners really bring us all back together. It completes that loop of an experience, and Chef, you can testify to this. When was the last time you've been outside cooking and serving, community, chef's table experience? It's been a little while.
It's been a while, yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. I want to show you a video of how fresh is fresh. This is a video that Jay Parker, our production manager, took just a day ago. How long ago? 2 days ago? 1 day ago? Yesterday. Yesterday, here's a video. Roll that video if you would. This is Kermit Krantz dropping off the fresh trout from Frontier Trout Ranch. Go ahead, guys.
Here we are, Kermit Krantz, Frontier Trout Ranch. Kermit, when were these fish harvested?
Just about 6:45 this morning. We put them on an ice water bath like this. That way it euthanizes them legally, and it keeps them from getting bruised on the bad roads. And about time I take them to Shamrock or here, you're just about euthanized.
Ooh, Fall Dinner Series, you guys. We're at Logan Street and Carboy Winery. This is some fish for tomorrow night and Friday night. Chef Scott Hybbeneth, Chef Rebecca Weitzman.
What's that?
Wow. Now this is how you do it. This is fresh. This is Colorado.
This is how you do
Go
it.
to
We don't just stop there.
themoderneater.com to see a ton of awesome Colorado food and beverage, baby.
Fresh ingredients, Colorado, that's what we're all about. We don't just stop there. What we do is we bring you, who knows where Saguache, Colorado is? You know where Saguache, Colorado is? Awesome. So just outside the San Luis Valley, in the San Luis Valley, nestled up the San de Cristos, right?
Yep, right in that beautiful three little mountain valley.
It is a trout ranch. completely. And this is Kermit Krantz from Frontier Trout Ranch. Chef, where's Chef? Chef, come over here. Let's talk fish with Kermit. Have you had the opportunity to meet Kermit yet?
I have not yet.
Here it is. Chef, here's Kermit Krantz.
Nice to meet you, Kermit.
Kermit, can you hear us out there?
It's kind of a meeting.
It's like a really awkward first date.
I like it.
Oh, Kermit, how are you? Good to see you.
I really like your fish.
I'm doing great, thank you.
Let's talk about, first of all, tell the folks what they're dining on right now. We'll dig in, and then we'll talk to Kermit.
So this first course has been, I've done riffs on this for many years. There's a backstory about a Montana fishing trip where we had caught a bunch of fish. We were not about to spare any space in our cooler to keep the fish overnight, so we left them next to the fire to kind of smoke slowly as we were sitting there that night. In the morning, sauteed some potatoes, some veggies in there, topped them with a fried egg and the smoked trout, and hence this dish was kind of born. It has evolved and gotten better and more refined. I'd have to tell you, this is probably the most refined it's ever been in its day. So you have the smoked Frontier Ranch trout. There are Yukon Gold potatoes mixed with some roasted poblano peppers. There is a Sabayon sauce on there, which is a whipped egg sauce, and then topped with some micro cilantro. And then there's also some guanciale on the dish. The guanciale is from Corner Post Meats down in Larkspur. This has been curing in my curing chamber down in Littleton for the last 3 months. So we busted it out today for you guys. So
Yes.
again, super local stuff, brings the whole dish together. So enjoy.
That's fantastic.
Thank you, Chef.
Chef Scott Hybbeneth. Chef, ask him about what's going on down there at Frontier.
With the fish, huh?
Yeah, what's happening down there? Tell us about Frontier Trout
Yeah,
Ranch.
tell us about the trout.
Kermit, tell us
Oh,
about
I'm
the
sorry, I
trout.
didn't hear you guys, sorry.
He's wanting to eat right now.
We're Colorado's only producer of trout for the food market. We raise fresh rainbow trout and other varieties. Our water comes from a deep artesian well, so we know what's in our water as opposed to also what's not in our water, so we know the exactly pure, clean. We feed them a high protein fish food, and then we supplement their diet by raising crawdads and snails and other aquatics to make sure that we get a really good premium quality trout. A lot of people have poo-pooed fish farms for years, but fish farms are the savior. You know, we feed our fish about 1.12 pounds of fish food, and we get a 1 pound fish, so we have high efficiencies of protein. We also know that where our fish come from are pure and clean. Our fish are sushi grade because we are a controlled environment. And a lot of people, like I said in the past, have poo-pooed fish farms, but we've really, proven to people that fish farms are the future. If you take, like most farmers, we're very proud of our farm. We want to make sure that our quality product is there for you as a consumer to make sure that you get the best product there is.
Well, and Kermit, tell people, because people poo-pooed the fish farms is because they were not getting good food. They were getting basically dog food back in the day, and you've changed that model. You are doing really progressive things with your food, and tell people about that.
Well, what we did was we looked at the fish farm model and we started seeing it as a commodity. We said, no, don't be a commodity. Don't try to be yourself to everything and try and discount yourself. Get a very good premium quality product. And that's what we do. We raise our fish with pure water, great food. We supplement their diets in this time of year with salamanders and crawdads and snails. We don't give them antibiotics. And if we have any type of disease, we'll use only natural type of an antibiotic, which is salt. So what we have done is we've just brought basically not only the farm to the table, we also brought the table back to the farm. We made sure that people are getting what they got. I'm an old man. My mom was 21 and December 5th in 1941, and she had the whole world ending before her on December 7th. But you know what? They still had food that was brought to the table. They still had people bringing that quality product. And that's what we see with this type of environment. We see it with type of, the modern eater by making sure people are aware of where the food comes from. We have chefs that take our product and enhance it immensely. So really what we're trying to do is just make people just realize that food is very natural, it's very good, it's very here. Just kind of invoke it, but don't get commoditized by it.
He's sweeter than honey. He's very passionate about what he does. Just like the rest of us, we really care about our food and where it comes from. That's connecting the dots, and that's Kermit Krantz at Frontier Trout Ranch. Let's hear for Kermit joining us today. How's Kermit's
Enjoy.
fish? Can you
Enjoy.
tell Kermit how his fish is? Tell him you like it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kermit. That's what makes it all worthwhile right there in
Thank
Kermit
you, guys.
Krantz. You guys, we're going to keep this going. What I do want to do is ask, who's the beer drinkers out there? Beer drinkers, yes.
I see one back there.
Who's the wine drinkers? Yes. Who's the spirits drinkers? Who's drinking everything? Yes, that's what it is. Ratio Beerworks here with us tonight. Hey, Ratio, what's happening? We'll talk to you guys. Carboy Winery, Breckenridge Distillery, all's well in the world. We'll turn up the music. We'll keep this going. That's a taste of what you guys are going to have tonight. This is the Fall Dinner Series. And Chef Scott Hybbeneth. Yes. Hybbeneth. Dude, sorry.
That's awesome. With different preparations. Because some people are doing the salmon with like the or the trout with like the Angelo. So it's great to see all
All right, let's go. Ooh. All right, we are now live on the stream and welcome you guys. I just want to bring up this page here. I'm so happy when these events start because I can really start feeling the community. What we didn't do was our pre-show selfie. Dang it.
We didn't.
Because we do it. Eric Hyde, hey, how are you?
Hey,
Good to see you too,
Can
Eric.
we
Thanks
throw
for
on
having
these
me.
headsets?
No.
Oh, he
he's
doesn't
fine.
need to.
Nope.
Oh, yep. Sorry, you don't.
Okay, so you're all mic'd up. Thank you. Just well-appointed patio. First of all, socially distancing, the patio, everything's done right. Not only are we showing Denver, Colorado, we're showing Colorado, the United States, internationally. This is how you dine right now, responsibly, well. Folks that are at their table, yes, you can take your masks off. We are dining right here at the table. Brian and I are going to be here. You're not eating.
They're outside.
You're putting a mask on. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that for our safety.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. So we're all outside.
You guys did a great job. It's awesome
Thank
to see.
you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Eric, well, you guys have created this awesome space, so thank you. I mean,
Well, we're really happy to have you guys on board. I mean, it is a beautiful space to be open for a year and to actually have our courtyard available to do an event like this. It's fantastic.
Chef Scott Hybbeneth, man, I mean, I'll tell you what, he's showing right now what a powerhouse he is. And Chef out here, Chef Rebecca Weiss, it's all in the family. She's out here helping tonight as well.
just
But
such
this
wonderful
chef,
community.
Yeah,
Greg.
talk about the chef for a minute,
Yeah.
if
So
you would.
Scott's a Jersey native, and we met him when we opened up Angelo's. Well, I should say when we reopened up Angelo's in 2013 in that summer. Some friends of ours had said, hey, you should talk to Scott. He's a talented chef. He knows a lot about Italian food. We were taking over an Italian restaurant. Angelo's was there for 40 years when we bought it from the family. And we wanted to keep that Angelo's name alive and well. We wanted to keep serving that great homemade food that they were making over the years. But myself and Craig, we didn't have anyone to run the kitchen. We didn't have a direction to go in. And we talked to Scott just as a consultation. We sat out front of Pablo's coffee shop right next door. And the next thing you know, we're into this conversation an hour and a half, 2 hours later, and we feel like we're just best friends. Like we had this connection from the get-go.
That happens. It
And
really
don't you
does.
love
it
that?
really, it
Don't
was
you
just
love it? Yeah.
unique.
I felt that with Brian. First time I met Brian,
I'd love to hear
First
about how you
time
guys got started.
ever I saw your face.
Go take a bite. I want to see what you guys think.
I mean, I'll tell you.
I could talk while you guys are
First of all,
eating.
yeah, please, Frontier Trout Ranch drops off the. But that's what
That
the.
was really cool to see him pull up with that.
Do you think people recognized in that video that was Trader Joe's across the street?
I was like, oh, there it is in the background. Timestamp. Sure. Thank you. Thanks, Chef.
Off the
All
hook.
right. Looks like I am going to join you guys.
So
we were talking with Scott out there, and he really liked what the energy we had and the connection that we had, and we offered him a position to come on as a chef, and he did not want to take it. He wasn't. We had to talk him into it a little bit.
What was the reason behind that?
He was. We were new to him, but he's opened up some places in the past, and he's run his own restaurants in the past. So, once bitten, twice shy kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's kind of where it comes down to. But he leaned on that fact that we got along so well right out of the gate.
Yeah.
We were able to communicate well. And he decided to take a chance. I bet you if we would have asked him a year earlier, it would have been no. Sometimes the timing is right.
Sure. And thank goodness it didn't happen trying to convince him during COVID, right?
Right.
But to keep him going, and seriously, you guys, I think not only did you not miss a beat, you got better. And that's what we're looking for folks that are restaurateurs and operators. The pivot's being used a lot, but adjustments.
Yeah.
Adjustments were made, had to be made, and you made them decisively. And guidance is one thing, but execution's another. You guys executed flawlessly on all of your platforms.
Right. Thanks.
Yeah. And the two chefs that they have now, I mean, between Scott and Rebecca, I mean, you guys, listen, I wouldn't think that
1-2
Scott
punch.
would be running a pizza, and not any disrespect.
It's
But
elevated.
It's like,
it's hilarious too that you say that because he came with the first menu that he came with, and I don't know if you can hear me talking from here, but he had some high-end dishes on that menu, and all of it was looking. I was like, man, salivating just thinking about what they would taste like. But it took a couple of years for us to establish that clientele, and we started doing dinners out of the gate, and we were just like, whoa, what have we been missing?
We have a great crowd with us here tonight. We really appreciate you joining us. Just a lively crowd on the stream. I'm actually talking to Mark Antonation on Messenger right now saying, hey, man, it's not too late for you. We actually do have a miracle seat left. Do we? I don't know. I don't want to promise Mark Antonation a seat that he can't come to. But this is night 4 of the Fall Dinner Series. Sold out. Great crowd. Just this patio, this backyard. What? Come on, right?
Wow.
Are you getting a little bit of heat off of that?
Mm-hmm.
That's the Pueblo
Poblanos
Chilies.
are great, yeah.
We went, Jay Parker, I got a video of him on his birthday. So this was this last Saturday. We're leaving Pueblo. We're at the Pueblo Chili and Frijole Festival to be able to pick up. We're running around the state last week picking up food, man.
I saw that. I think it was on the news where I saw that the festival was just last week, correct? Yeah. I'm glad to see that they put it on.
We got, 20 pounds, 40 pounds of unroasted peppers.
Did you do the roasting?
We got the unroasted ones so the chefs could do what they wanted with it. But here we are coming out of Pueblo. This is a plate liquor.
You see me not, I don't want to talk. I want to,
it's a plate liquor.
finish this, drink it down.
Absolutely.
Listen, have you ever had cold potatoes, cold trout? And it was meant to be. And it's awesome. I mean, this is one of the best cold salads I've ever had.
This is
And that Sauvignon pulls it together.
See, now this is the type of first dish that I really appreciate and enjoy. It brings you right into it. My taste buds are salivating right now. They're working. It's fantastic. We've got great wine, great beer, great spirits. Those are the 3 things that I think you need for dinner, don't you?
Yeah, I would agree. I love that Ratio's here tonight.
Yeah, Ratio.
They've been one of my favorite breweries from the get-go. When they came out of the box, they were on fire from day one. And we carry them over at Angelo.
Yeah.
So we're happy that they're here tonight.
Yeah, Ratio. We'll hear from Ratio.
Well, let me
here
take a quick
tonight
poll
as well.
with you two guys. Are you sweet or are you savory?
That's a terrible question for me. Your palate. Do you lend towards sweets?
Oh, well, I guess it depends. Just yesterday, the other morning, it was either chocolate and peanut butter pancakes or the savory homemade breakfast burrito, and I went with savory homemade breakfast burrito.
Nice.
Yeah, I do have a sweet tooth, though. Absolutely. But this dish is nailing every ounce of savoriness that I can get.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's a wonderful dish. I'd like to. Chef Scott's back there. We've got the second course that's coming out. This is sweet or savory. Man, what time of day is it? Because at night,
It's
when
all
I'm
sweet,
winding
yeah.
down, ice cream is one of the things I just can't. I love some ice cream.
Off of your recommendation, by the way, I went out and bought that So Delicious.
Non-dairy ice cream.
Oh my gosh, that snickerdoodle.
Oh,
And then I just took a thing of syrup, chocolate
did you
syrup, and just poured it all, and then just,
I take that snickerdoodle ice cream and I'll get some really ripe plantains. You know, they're just black and then mushy on the inside. You cut those things up in slices, throw it in some sunflower oil at a high temperature, brown them up, put some cinnamon on that, throw it in this. Whoop, that's it.
That sounds awesome.
Here, let's share something. I got something for you, Greg. What is your most embarrassing sweet story?
What do you mean?
Do you have like a
Where I
story
just
where like, you know,
embarrassed-
you woke
where
up.
you killed a whole cake or something?
Yeah, like you woke up in the morning and the pint of ice cream was still in your
Oh,
bed.
man, that's
and like
a-
you went
that's
to sleep with
There's,
Ben or
there's
Jerry.
too many
or-
of them. Here's what I want to do. Kitchen talk is what I love. Back there, James, I want to bring up Chef Scott's microphone. And Scott's going to be telling us what this course is all about, and then we'll jump into the house and describe it to them as well. But, Chef, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Oh, fantastic. Let's talk about this dish and what you guys are up to here as you're cooking in this great kitchen provided by Elevation Food Service reps in the alley right here off of Logan Street and 7th. Go ahead, Chef.
This is a dish that started off as going to be straight tempura mushrooms and agrodolce pumpkin, but as it started to come together, it evolved a little bit, and I added another mushroom component. I took some shiitake mushrooms and roasted them off so they're nice and thin and crispy, kind of your mushroom version of bacon, if you will, maybe.
Wait, you're saying what I'm looking at is not bacon?
Is not
it's
bacon.
mushrooms.
Mushrooms
Get
are
out
Are
of
you
here.
kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
You're faking me out.
Scott, great job. That great job.
That's a great
So
job.
down on the base of the plate, we have an agrodolce pumpkin sauce, which is basically a sweet and sour roasted pumpkin, and then pureed it with some vinegar and a little bit of sugar to kind of equal out the flavors.
they're gonna be
Tempura
this
battered oyster mushrooms from Hazel Dell. The green beans have been marinated in a nice cider vinaigrette. And then the two different kinds of mushrooms. We're topping it off with some but dehydrated pumpkin crisps.
Can I go
that
backwards
what that
because that first I haven't tried this dish yet. I'm sure it's equally as good. But that first dish, Chef, that
Yes,
got
sir.
my palate right where I wanted it to be. My mouth is still watering. I'm ready for the second course. That was a show starter. Usually a lot of folks are going to do like a real bright, cold salad type of thing. What made you start out with that trout on the first course?
You know, I think it's actually, as I started to write the menu, my first idea was going to do the trout as a crudo.
Uh-huh.
And I thought that might freak some people out.
Okay.
So I backpedaled, but I already had trout in the lead spot. And then I just re-engineered it to be what it was in that dish.
I'll tell you, you knocked that out of the park. I mean,
yeah.
it
You guys
was
liked it.
just, wow.
Here's what we're going to do now. Once you finish your final touches on this, we're going to go off the stream. Continue, obviously, on the stream, but we're going to go in-house. We're going to explain
Look
this
at those
dish.
colors.
And then we're also going to talk to, I believe, where the beans came from, and that's Petrocco Farms.
The beans are from Petrocco Farms?
Yep,
Yep.
beans are from Petrocco Farms. We'll talk to Joe
Yeah, they were
I
Petrocco.
just
beautiful.
drove past there yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, up in Brighton.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, we were there out there harvesting, and my wife and I took a drive, and they're doing a lot of cool fall stuff out there in Brighton.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But they were out there in the fields.
Take that one.
Look at this.
Well, you know,
perfectly
people don't
full-colored
realize the
meal.
Colorado ag scene is super diverse. And I don't know if it's not that we don't even know, we don't appreciate, but I'll tell you what, the Colorado ag scene is,
Yeah,
I mean, we're just lucky folks,
Sure
I
can.
think. You know, we've got,
I would agree.
you know, incredible stuff on the Western Slope. The Front Range is
All
just
the way
full
east.
of, yeah.
Okay, guys, let's jump out here. That's the voice of Eric Hyatt, and then we're going to, Scott Hybbeneth is going to join us out here. We're going to talk about this dish as well. So I'm going to put this headset down, and I'm going to switch headset to the microphone, and let's go out there.
We're roving. Nice. Okay, Scott, we're going to rock out.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
This dish looks awesome.
It looks like
Let's finish it up with some spiced pepitas. Yeah, I was kind of working with those, those fall kind of pumpkin, pepitas. I tried to use the pumpkin. I got the pumpkin into this 3 different ways, through the seeds, the dried ones, and the sauce.
Okay. How was that first course, you guys? I mean, seriously.
Yes.
Right?
Nice.
Chef Scott Hybbeneth is just killing it tonight. And
Yeah, whatever she wants.
so right now,
Forgot I'm on mic.
generally before the dinner, we like to do a little selfie when you
could've been
guys are
awesome.
hangry and you want to have a drink and it looks a little different than the end of the night. We're going to take 2 selfie pics. Jay's here right now. You guys, here it is. This is the pre-dinner selfie. Well, second course selfie. So everybody kind of, there you go. Okay, now wait until you see at the end of the night what this selfie looks like. It changes. It really does change. All right, Ratio Beerworks is who we want to talk to right now. Do we have these gentlemen close by? Great. Here we go. All right, we're talking to right now Hunter and Jason. Is this Hunter and Jason? Who do we have? It's Jason.
Jason.
What's happening? Let me give you a microphone. Okay, thank you. Turn that microphone on. Let's get it going. Yep, thank you. Introduce yourself. If
Oh,
you
yeah,
would.
hey, I'm Jason with Ratio Beerworks. Hey, thank you. So, yeah, we're right here. We're Denver founded, 2015, right down in Rhino Art District on Larimer and 29th. If you haven't seen us, one good thing that came out of COVID for us is we're now in cans. And so both the beers tonight that we have, our Rooftops Mexican Lager and our Sparks Fly Juicy IPA, are kind of our big ones that are starting to be in stores. We thought we'd do that in maybe 2 years, and COVID pushed us into doing it. And in a way, it's kind of been a blessing in disguise.
Can I give you one of these for the Mexican lager?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boy, that's just so good.
Thank
and
you.
Ratio Beerworks, your name around here is gold. How'd you build this brand to be so awesome?
Well, it took a lot. By the way, Hunter's our employee number 1, and we were at different breweries before this as AC Golden inside of Coors and learned a lot about brewing lagers really well and took that to the craft kind of side of it. So learned a lot about lagers, obviously, from one of the biggest lager breweries in the world. So took it and said, well, what can we do on a craft level with it? So took that same kind of care and expertise and then a little bit of the creativity for craft brewing and having a tap room and be able to explore different flavors.
Let me ask you to back up, though. You were inside of Coors? What does that mean?
Yeah, so if you don't know, there is this little brewery, AC Golden. It's a separate company, and it's inside of Coors. It was our own company. There's only about 5 people. And we took the old 1970s German-built brew house that was a pilot system, and they're just like, we're not doing anything with it. And so basically had about 5 people in there able to run a whole separate company. But you've probably seen maybe Colorado Native is one of the big brews that came out of there. 100% Colorado ingredient brew.
Tell people where you're located.
So we're at 2920 Larimer, right, about 10 blocks from Coors Field when they used to play baseball there. Actually, they are playing baseball, you just can't watch it.
That's right.
But yeah, so we're just right up on Larimer there.
All right, now tell everybody if they take their menu into the tap room that they can have a beer.
Oh, there you go. You can always have a beer. Bring your menu and just bring yourself in.
Yeah, bring yourself in. Thank you so much, my friend.
Oh yeah, thanks very
thank
much.
you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks
Great.
everyone.
Where's
Ratio Brewing.
Chef Hybbeneth, where are you? He's in the kitchen. He'll be right back. We're going to go to Zoom once again, and Joe Petrocco. And here's Chef Hybbeneth. Thank you. Running around back and forth. Have you met Joe Petrocco from Petrocco Farm, Chef? You haven't. Okay. As this course is coming out, let's first explain what we have for this second course.
So second course, this is a tempura mushroom salad with pumpkin playing a strong understudy note on this dish here. So what we start off with agrodolce pumpkin sauce, a little bit of sweet and sour pumpkin sauce on the plate. Tempura shiitake mushrooms. We have crispy shiitake mushrooms on there. Tempura oyster mushrooms, crispy shiitake mushrooms. And then there are green beans, Petrocco Farms green beans, that I pickled with a little bit of apple cider vinaigrette. And then it has some pepitas on there, and then some dehydrated pumpkin as well. So,
It is going to be tasty. I want to taste it because of the squash 3 ways, and pumpkin 3 ways is something dear to me because of this guy right here. This is Joe Petrocco. He is, Joe, are we saying 5th on you? You've got 5th generation. This farm, the Petrocco family, has been around over 100 years. bringing awesome food to Colorado families. Joe and his
I'll give you the
sister,
same
Julie, have been fighting for years to do an organic plot. And so his dad, a few years back, gave him 40 acres and said, go play with organic. And Joe and Julie are crushing it every year. This farm stretches all the way from Brighton to Greeley. And if you can imagine, it's about 65 miles all up the river there. And Joe's going to tell us more. So without further ado, Joe Petrocco.
Hey guys, how are you?
Really well. Thanks for joining us, Joe.
Yeah, let's give it up for Joe Petrocco and Petrocco Farms, a Centennial farm. How do you even do that? Joe, I like what you got behind you. It says eat.
Say it again?
It says eat behind you. I like your style.
Right. I'm in the kitchen, and my wife, she brought me onto a whole new palette of food. She's a cook. She cooks all the time, and so without her input too, it's helped me a lot transition to organic and try new things on the conventional side too. So she's always watching all the food channels and stuff and keeping me hip on what's cool out there in the food world. So
Well, this is it right here, Joe. This is what's cool in the food world. Joe, tell people what you're growing out there at Petrocco Farms. There's so many things.
Oh, we've always done leafy greens. We've always done leafy greens ever since, like you say, over 100 years ago. My family, being Italian immigrants, they had lettuce seeds with them, and when they were finally blessed with land and water, they decided to go ahead and go forward with those leafy greens and lettuces, so your regular lettuce mix. And then, we had some turnips, and we've always done turnip greens too, so we've done all the leafy greens and spinach and other leafy greens for many years. But then we branched off into the green beans and sweet corn and other things as crops, and farmers have tapered off. We picked up some other crops and just been doing long time, and kind of goes, and that's kind of where we're at.
Well, and Joe, don't be shy, because he does things like baby bok choy, like fennel, a lot of these other exotic ingredients that you just don't find in normal big ag operations. And what you do, and how it's such a family unit, because you truly do have multiple generations. We were hoping to see your mom, Sue, but then you and your brother and sister, but then you also have kids that are coming up into the farm as well, Joe.
Which isn't easy.
Oh, yeah. We've got another generation coming up. We've got a really good farmer up in the Greeley area working with my dad now, and Tim Brown, and he's got his own little farm that, a lot of times it's just a little co-op kind of thing where we all kind of just team up together and use each other's talents, and teamwork makes the business work. And like in any business, if you don't have a good team working together and utilizing each other's talents, then you don't get very far. So that's what we try to do, is incorporate a lot of business strategies with our structure.
Well, and Joe, you say little co-op. How many acres?
Well, we do 3,000 acres now, but more or less. So yeah, it is a lot of acres irrigated. When you're talking irrigated acres, those are a lot of acres. But not irrigated acres, it's not that.
It's the daily drum, beating the drum every single day. The farmer does not get enough appreciation. This is where we have the opportunity to give appreciation for our local farms, and Joe Petrocco. Let's hear it for Petrocco Farms, if you could.
Yes.
Joe, thank you, man. Really appreciate it.
Have a good night. Enjoy. Bon appetit.
Chef Hybbeneth is on the grill back. Hey, I got that. I caught that. Is on the grill back here. Is everything under control, Chef? Tell us what you got going on back there. Bring the chef's mic up. Chef, can you talk to us?
I can talk to you. We're doing well. This is intended, the char.
This is intended.
Yes.
What are you doing back there?
We roll our lamb sirloins, marinated them, and then we're going to grill them up, char the outside a bit, finish them up in the oven, then slice them up for y'all.
That looks awesome.
That looks fantastic. Okay, enjoy this course. It looks like everything's getting cleaned up nicely. I like that. Who's the plate lickers out there? Anybody licking the plate? I like that. These guys are my style right here. Okay, let's bring the music up. We will continue on. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe, and I love
Joe
to see that
Petrocco.
smile, man.
All right, who's having fun tonight? Anybody? Anybody having fun out there? Thanks for joining us. We'll continue on with this dinner. Bring that music up, DJ.
I don't even know how to describe the flavor of what we are eating right now, but
What do you
good.
mean? I haven't had a chance
Wait,
to
wait,
dig it.
dive
Is
in
it like
there.
that? It's
Oh
like
my
that?
gosh.
Okay. How do you approach this? Just
I mixed all of it together, and yeah, and it just is off of the charts.
bring Eric Hyatt's mic up.
Where do you start with the description of this?
I don't
Greg?
know. Let's Eric Hyatt. Yours is gone.
Yeah, I mean it so fast.
How?
I love the textures on it. So that creaminess from that from the pumpkin puree, which I'm thinking is applesauce, but it is got that really nice rich pumpkin flavor to it, and that smokiness from mushroom bacon. It's so good. It's just a very autumnal dish.
When it's got the greens in there, so it's
Yeah.
got a little brightness of a little bit of green to it.
That snap.
Yeah, I mean, and could you describe, Greg, what does the oyster mushroom tempura, like, I mean, part of me is like, it tastes like buttered popcorn. There's part of me that's like, I feel like I'm at the movies.
You know what? I didn't go there, but now I'm there.
Right?
You brought me there. Yeah, let me go again. It's unexpected. You don't know what's underneath that. You know? You're like, what's underneath that delicious, crispy layer? And then all of a sudden, boom, there it is.
Gosh, wow. I mean, and truly, the shiitake mushrooms do taste like bacon.
They do.
Scott, well done.
Yeah. This is my time of night. Sun starts to set. You get, course one, course two, a couple of libations in you. Everybody's getting greased up a little bit. And then all of a sudden, conversation starts flowing. It all makes sense. You're in that crease. It's business,
of the
man.
dinner party.
Well, I mean, listen, how many dinner services have you been through in your
Right.
Countless.
Yeah.
Thousands. The key to good dinner service is flow.
It is.
Continuity, flow.
Yeah.
And you can tell when your kitchen's backed up. You can tell when you're on point. You can tell when people are enjoying themselves. I start to break out a sweat a little bit when I start feeling negative energy from the crowd.
Yeah.
Tonight I'm getting all
Yeah.
great energy.
Yeah.
Everything's coming out on point, and you're right though. It's when you go out to a dinner party or an event like this, it's more than just the flavors that you're eating on the plate. It's more than what the chefs put
Yeah.
together and the drinks that are being in the glass. It all comes together with the flow of the service.
Yeah, would you say it's all five senses?
Yeah, I absolutely would say five senses.
Well, and one of them actually that I'm going to throw at you guys is the heart. Because I'll tell you, my favorite part tonight so far was seeing Joe Petrocco's smile.
It
When
was nice to see
the
that.
crowd was cheering Petrocco Family Farms on, Joe was smiling. And that, to me, warms my heart because these guys are like those unsung heroes.
No, they don't see the end result.
No, ever.
They don't.
You know, and like you said, my family's been growing lettuce that we brought the seed over from Italy. And we've been growing that lettuce for 100 years. That just like, I mean, it's got, if you have any ounce of compassion in your heart, you just want to do everything you can for your local farmers.
Yeah, to keep buying his produce. It was great to see him out there yesterday, too. It was a surprise for us. You know, my wife and I were driving, and we saw the farmers out, the workers out in the fields, and it was right before they took lunch, and we were driving around, and we drove around the whole farm, and just to kind of take a look and see what they were growing. There's some cool-looking stuff. And when I say cool-looking stuff, I have no idea what he's growing there, but some of those plants that he's growing, they look like little trees, like Christmas trees, but they look like herbs, like the greens that are growing on it. And I was just blown away by it. And so it was kind of serendipitous to be up there yesterday and then to see him today, you know, drive past the farm and then see his face today was great.
As much as I'm enjoying Chef Scott Hybbeneth's delicious dinner tonight, all week long the chefs have really shown up and just given us their all, and that's a great. Last night with Chef Alex Seidel, it was interesting. Have you had an opportunity? He's a neighbor of yours.
Oh, yeah.
To fruition.
Yeah.
Right? Big A was in here yesterday just commanding the kitchen. And you see these top-notch chefs to where they're used to a curveball every night in the kitchen. Someone didn't show up, or they've got to do expo, or they're on saute, utility players, but truly just taking it as it comes, rolling with the punches. These are when the pros shine.
And having a good time doing it.
Yeah, that's right.
It's great being neighbors with Alex. He's a really talented chef.
You know better than I. Are these two chefs having a good time back here?
Oh,
today?
yeah. Yeah, no one's throwing anything. Well, Rebecca's leaving, so maybe they're not having a good time.
I'm out.
Yeah, I think she quit. Well, Scott will do that to you sometime.
I don't see that happening. She's probably running.
They've been longtime friends, longtime co-workers. They go back 14, 15 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at least. Maybe longer. When they were first, cutting their teeth in the restaurant, the culinary scene here in Denver. They both worked for Banana at one point. That may have been where they met, over at right around the corner, actually, right over here.
Yeah, Maizuna. Yep.
Yeah.
These courses are coming out just fast and furious. The third course, who's got the menus? Grab that menu, would you, Eric? Give that to Eric. Yeah. What do we got coming up, Eric?
El Regalo Ranch Goat Ragu. This is Scott's ace in the hole. I like to say he has a relationship with the goat farmer. It doesn't sound very good when I say it like that, but he does have a good relationship with his goat farmer.
That's great. That's hilarious. And in Salida, Colorado.
Look who we have, one of my best friends in the whole wide world, Kevin Weber.
Kevin. What's up, Kevin?
I have three best friends anyone could ever have, right? Isn't that the same?
Yeah. I went to a guy who was a great friend of mine, Eric Weber, in high school. Probably no relation, I'm sure.
If you and I, hooked up back in the day, that would not have happened.
Oh, you get it? Because Kevin Weber and I'm Eric.
I get it a lot. For sure. First, where did you guys meet? Here
Elways.
Elways.
Yeah. Elways in Cherry Creek. It was 2005, yep.
Funny story.
Yeah. Please, make it embarrassing.
Oh, my gosh. Where to begin? Oh, my God. The years of, Anyways, so we met at Elways back in 2005. He was bartending. I was waiting tables. I'm like, why is this bartender putting Orajel on everybody's lips of their glasses in the servers? I'm like, that is such a dick move, And everyone's just going like, their lips are going numb and everything like that. So I found it, and then he had, I got it from him, and he had like this big jug of, I think it was like grape Tang or grape Kool-Aid or something.
And vodka.
And vodka. And then he had his glass of water, and he had a straw in it, and I just emptied the whole thing into the straw and then put it all around the lips.
Oh.
And he comes over and he takes a big swig, and he's like, oh my God, you got me. And then like he's laughing, and his lips are going numb, and he grabs the Kool-Aid, and it just goes all over him because he can't. You know. And then
The pranks we play.
and we've been best friends ever since.
That's
So it's
right.
kinda like, you know.
How
The old
can I-
Oragel on the glass routine.
How can I torture my coworker as much as
Yeah.
possible?
But let's see you guys break that out here. I mean, he always has a can of beer out.
I
Right?
know,
Oh, my
you're
God,
giving me ideas.
Please don't, please don't. What was the scene back 2005 Elways? I mean, that was pretty popping, wasn't it?
It was, and Elway was he was like the town celebrity at the city celebrity at the time. So it was a hopping place. It was open for a year at that time.
Yeah.
Right? It was open for a year.
It opened October of 2004.
Yeah, and they had, and I got to tell you, Tom Moxey was he was the GM of the restaurant at the time, and you know he still is he's a legend.
Yes,
in,
he
in
is.
This,
Yeah, he
in
is.
the culinary scene, in the restaurant scene rather, in Denver, and he put together an insane team. I got in there, I have no idea. But they had an incredible team from the back of the house to the front of the house.
I don't know. I hate to interrupt, but Jay is somehow in the bathroom right now. What
He's
is
in the
Jay
bathroom?
doing? I don't know what he's doing. Where is he right now?
Caverns of Ivy. Or
Does
I
anybody
don't know.
recognize where? Is
So he's waving his finger.
Oh my God, Jay! I hope Jay knows that this is on. Huh? That's B-roll of our road trip. Okay, that's B-roll of our road trip. We got some cider. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Nice,
you.
I like
Thanks,
that.
Charles
I
Talbott
like
here with
that,
us.
Charles.
Another Centennial farm in Palisade, Colorado, joins us here tonight. Charles Talbott. It's interesting. I live blocks away from Elways in Cherry Creek, and throughout the years and their summer music, Wednesday nights, every Wednesday night.
Yeah.
The bar is something else, but consistency. Quality. What were the things that you really took away from that experience at Elways?
My experience, I was there for a year, and in that 1 year, I met my best friends that I have today to this day. Ellington, who's running around here, we worked with him over there as well. A lot of the team that we work with at Angelo's and Logan Street that we brought on, Maggie O'Malley,
Jason
Hayter.
Fantino.
Yeah, the list goes on, and these are all people that we all work together. I was there for 1 year, and we wanted to have a good time at work. We were consummate professionals.
When you needed to be.
We needed to be. But we wanted to have a good time. And when the staff is having a good time together and they're working towards that common goal, and we did. We never lost an eye on the prize. And we knew what we were there to do, a good job. We wanted to deliver that incredible food with impeccable service, but we wanted to have fun doing it. And I think that was the key ingredient. That was the egg in the meatball that brings it all together, that
Well,
that
then I'll
binds
take it
it.
a step further because Tom Moxey is a good friend of mine and one of my mentors still. And he, from day one, said, I'm not going to manage people. He's like, you manage yourselves. I hired professionals to run this. Just because your servers
That's
are bartenders.
empowering.
And there was an empowering thing to be able to say that I don't have to go and ask for permission to do whatever I want to do to knock this customer's socks off.
Yeah.
And then at the same
yeah.
token, we all held each other accountable
Yeah.
for doing a good job and not screwing up. And it was a really impressive way to build a team. And I don't think we lost an employee other than Eric in the first, really a key employee for 4 or 5 years. And I was there for 10 years.
Yeah. But be responsible on how you show up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Care for yourself and know what's expected of you.
And Greg, I'll tell you, I was lucky enough to work with Tom back in the days of Rock Bottom.
Look at this.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, a lot of what you're saying was what I remember that he did there as well. Tom and Gina Day were there, and
Now-
Frank Day, and that was just a different. It was go out and make these people happy.
Now, Noodles outside.
And that's it.
This is not. I'm sure Chef wants to get this out quickly, right? That's probably what I'm guessing. What I'd like to do, James, if you can hear me, I'm going to tell Chef we're going to bring his microphone up, and Chef's going to describe this dish while he's plating it so that we can get this out hot and fresh for folks. So, Chef, if you can hear me right now, Chef Scott Hybbeneth, yes. Chef, let's bring us up over the house if we could. And
Well, we got to. Well, how much is Jorge got? We got to. We're gonna need to.
how's dinner, everybody? I feel like the Wizard of Oz. Is everything good, you guys? Great, fantastic. This dish needs to come out really hot. Obviously, it's the first day of October. We're cooking in a kitchen that we've built in the alley. And Chef Scott Hybbeneth is going to give us the play-by-play of what you're up to right now. Chef, what's going down in the kitchen?
We are plating our Colorado goat ragu. This was kind of a wild card as far as the dishes that the ingredients that we were asked to work with. But one of my vendors that I usually deal with in Farmer is a guy named Bob Stocker. He has a goat ranch down in Salida, and he raises boar goats, and that's a meat goat. And we started work with him a couple years ago, and he raises a beautiful product. And I really want to get a chance to showcase this. Goat is not your meat that's going to fly off the shelves in the supermarket, and it's also, when it's on the menu, it's a challenging sell as a chef because it really takes someone. The diners really have to have faith in you that you kind of know what you're going to do with the goat. So
isn't that interesting? As goat is the #1 worldwide eaten meat.
This is true.
And here we are in Colorado.
Meat in the world. Yeah.
So
we got all these. We got to finish up here.
Eric Hyatt said this is your ace in the hole dish. No pressure.
Yeah, we got.
Why do you figure, Eric? Why do you say it's his ace in the hole?
I know his relationship with Bob, the goat farmer. We've had this dish on at Angelo's for a couple of years pre-COVID, and it's one of those things that Scott has fought strongly to bring back. And when we do our menu reprint in the next month, we're excited to bring this dish back onto our menu at Angelo's. So if you like it tonight, you can stop by Angelo's. Here's a little shameless plug. You can stop at Angelo's and pick it up this winter. It's going to come back on the menu. And it's one of our most popular dishes, served with a homemade fettuccine. And it's one of those things that you could taste Scott's passion for that local product. And the way we cook it overnight, slow roasted, the flavors do come through. And when it comes to serving goats, Scott he's a pro at it.
Well, before it hit my tongue, it has hit my nose, and I will tell you what,
it's amazing.
Amazing.
It's almost got those childhood smells.
I know, almost like the stew when you were a kid, and it's just so good. I mean, this is savory.
So goat. How many of you have actually had goat before? A good portion of you. Some people haven't. Okay, it'll be interesting to get the feedback on this dish. I'm looking forward to that. All right, Shelby's joining us right now from Elevation Food Service Reps, and this is the kitchen that we have constructed out here in the alley, for the lack of better words. But Shelby, first of all, introduce yourself, would you?
Well, hey, my name's Shelby. I'm with. Is that on?
You will be.
My name's Shelby. I'm with Elevation Food Service Reps, right here and just up the street in Park Hill.
Hi, Shelby.
And,
good to see you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for the kitchen.
Everyone here, and we appreciate you coming out. I don't have the luxurious career of all these wonderful ingredients, all these wonderful drinks and beverages, but I sell stainless steel and I sell plastic, and it's super exciting. Without our brands that are in this outdoor kitchen hooked up to propane tanks or commonly known as LP, we wouldn't be able to eat this beautiful, tasty food. So I appreciate the chefs. I appreciate everyone working tonight. And what I get to do is help create and sponsor these events. And that's as simple as that.
Shelby LeBlue, man, I appreciate it,
Shelby.
man. Yeah. Elevation Food Service Reps, integral part of us pulling this off. And if you were at the summer dinner series, now at the fall dinner series, you guys really help us make it happen. Can't thank you enough, Shelby.
Well, we appreciate to be part of it, and up-and-coming events, absolutely. And some of the recognized brands out here that we want to highlight is Cambro. I think Cambro with their sponsorships, and also South Bend and Pitco. That's some of the equipment behind us. And also above and beyond, again, what we get to do and how we get through these events is we all know this time and struggle that we deal with this pandemic. Seeing people out and about, seeing smiles, that's just so great. And thank you for everyone that did take the time out of their night to come out and be here to support our industry. Our industry is definitely challenged right now. So we can't thank you enough.
Well
on
said.
behalf of everyone.
Thank you, Shelby. That's
Thank you,
right.
Shelby.
I was asking the chefs beforehand. Chef Scott Hybbeneth rejoins us right here as he's plating Fast and Furious. What's the strangest conditions you've ever cooked in, Chef? This has got to be up there.
Professionally?
Yeah. An oil drum in an alley somewhere? I don't know.
You know, I've done ranch dinners, outside camping dinners.
You name it.
Yeah.
What's this last herb that you're putting on there?
These are oregano flowers.
I thought that's what
And
it's. I
these
could
were-
smell it, but I was looking at it going different.
These were harvested from my garden around 8:30 this morning before I came to work. So.
All right, you guys enjoy this dish. We'll bring the music up in the house. We're going to, if you don't mind, we're going to walk around and see how you guys are doing and probably turn the microphone on. So hopefully you're not shy. Is everybody taking pictures out there right now? Oh, good. I can't wait to see some of these pictures. All right, we'll continue right here. The Modern Eater.
Fall
This
Dinner
is
Series.
Fall Dinner
Hashtag
Series.
Fall Dinner Series.
That's right. We'll continue.
From Scott's Garden, huh?
Yeah, we had that moment. What do you think? I would tell you that you would perseverance, and then you're like, oh wait, I just come out of it. Look at it. It's so funny. Laundry contradiction. Let's get tuned up. Let's go to Amsterdam. Stay in the city. Rated. I was like, I'm sorry. Yeah, but she got the first one.
Okay. Hello.
We're
Yes,
back,
yes. I love it when the headsets are on because you can really concentrate. Mallory's putting a headset on.
Yeah, he can put one on.
I want to do this. First of all, Eric Hyatt, Kevin Weber's joining us. Craig Jones. How'd you meet Craig Jones?
Craig Jones and I worked at Outback Steakhouse together in Westminster, Colorado in 1994.
Yeah.
I'm just fresh out of New Jersey, and he hired me. Him and Richard Rush hired me. And he was the assistant manager back then, and he was the wild child.
Was he really?
Oh, my goodness. Did you see that in him now? Do you see a little bit of wild and crazy?
I see that. I don't think Greg does. But
well, no,
do you?
I just see a guy that really just strives to put good people around him and make sure that they're working in an environment to where they can excel.
And that's true. He does do that. But he is, he's like one of those wild stallions you see out in the field. They're just, they're beautiful, and they just, it sounds really weird when I'm saying it like
I don't know
this
where
now,
you're going. it's a man crush thing.
It sounds gorgeous.
But,
it's getting weird. Let's see how far it goes.
Working with him, though, I mean, he was just, he's really passionate about this industry. But the first thing about him that resonates me to the day I die is that he always wants to have fun. It's always about a good time. And I do remember a time we went on a trip once, and we went to the airport, and we get out of the car, and we go into the airport. He's like, hold on, guys. He pulls out a bottle of Patron, and he opens it. It's a full bottle.
Yeah.
We have to finish this before we go into the airport. We're on the curb of the at the airport, and we're all taking turns doing it, and then unleashed into the
How
night.
many were in the car?
Yeah, there's 6 of us.
That's a great story.
That's a worthy challenge.
We did drink responsibly.
As we get to know,
you weren't flying the plane.
As we get to know your team and just seeing what you guys assemble, and Kevin Weber joins us back on the stream as well. I want you guys to introduce this gal. I just think the world of her. She works so hard, keeps her nose down. Everybody loves her. But I want a proper introduction because I feel it's very important.
So Mallory was one of the
I was going to
first-
fight you for it,
Yeah.
but I'm going to let you do it because you hired her
I'll
first.
start, but yeah, Mallory's one of the first employees that we hired over at Angelo's, and I was cleaning the stained glass windows in the front. She was walking her dog, and she just stopped and she's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And so, and I looked down, and I see Mallory there with her beautiful blue eyes and just smiling away, and we just started talking, and she's like, "Hey, I'm looking for a job," and the next thing you know, we interviewed, and she was hired, and she was the best hire that we've made in this company, hands down, from the day you started.
That's job security right
Yeah.
there.
Wow,
She
Mallory.
works
Wow.
hard. She is so sweet and great to work with. She's kind. She's genuine. And yeah, just an amazing person all around.
So, Eric, I don't know whether you know this, but Mallory shared with us before tonight that she's actually accepted a job in another state. She's going to be moving away.
Well, I'm gonna sell all my shares in this company on out.
Mallory, it's good to first of all, thanks for being here.
Absolutely. It's great to be
This
here.
past week, what's it been like to you as these weirdos come in here with the fall dinner series, and here we are doing kind of a dinner show, much needed kind of right now in this climate.
Absolutely. I was just saying that now that it's the fourth day, I feel that it's been extremely smooth, and I'm like, maybe we should just do another week of this, next week. I'm like, we've got it down, everybody's happy and having a good time, and the weather's great, so it's been very fun doing this for the company for 8 years. It's
8 years.
I know, it's
Right.
wild.
It goes fast.
It's great to, I don't know, COVID changed a little bit of my job for me.
Sure.
So getting back into events and seeing everybody happy and getting to work with Chef Scott, who I've also worked with since day one, has been very special. So.
Well, Mallory, in these 4 days, you have definitely created
Made an impression on us, for sure.
a spot in my heart because you just
So every single day
right here.
there's something thrown at us, right? I mean, this is the business.
Absolutely.
So whether it's like, okay, we need to move a table, or we don't have enough, or we remove one or bring it back, or this guest needs this, that's what the business is about, right? To be able to be malleable or pliable or be able to just bend. You're great at doing that. And we looked at each other as a guest request today. It was like, okay, well, we change what we do.
Right.
You're used to that, aren't you?
Yes, you have to just, nothing, surprises me anymore in a good way, and you just kind of, it's almost a challenge every event that we have. You have to know that something is going to be thrown at you, and you have to know just don't take it too seriously, and everyone's here to have a good time. And I used to stress out, I still do, a good amount, but I've learned a lot to just, go with the flow.
And it'll
Something's always
work out.
going to happen.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I've known from you from day one is that it comes from here, and that's what means the world to me. To have you on this team, it comes from your heart.
Well, and Scott, you can see that, or Eric, I'm sorry, you can see that because of the fact that she cares.
Yeah.
I mean, she cares in a way that's like, so it stresses her out.
Yeah.
But you know why? Because she wants it to be right for people around her.
Right and good. I don't know, Kevin, you've worked with this gal for a little while.
Yeah, she was my favorite. Wednesday nights, Mallory and I behind the bar at Angelo's was always my favorite.
Oh my God, I missed out on
Oh
it.
my God, that was my favorite.
I need that in my life.
Yeah, oh my
can't
God.
answer that
We
question.
just had a great time on Wednesday nights. No, but just echoing what Eric said, I would say Mallory is a sniper. She's the one that just, it's like up in the tower, just making, like, she's the calming hand for
Silent
the
killer.
business, too. Yeah, seriously.
To get you.
But she's a calming hand for the whole organization because her demeanor, her approach to things, the passion that she puts behind it.
Yeah.
The intangibles mean so much in a lot of industries, but in the restaurant industry, it's in a growing business, when you've got people wearing many hats and running around with their heads cut off in 4 locations in 4 years, and then there's this calming presence over here that you just want to wrap up and give a hug to, and it lets you know that everything's okay.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, and that's what she brings. So
I'm sure you've seen this quite a bit, but community and local and keeping your money local and supporting each other, and whether, I think the one thing COVID did was it exposed the chain. And the chain is like, how do you get great products into the restaurant's hands, and how do you keep this circle complete? And it broke off for a little while there. And the Modern Eater, what we've wanted to do is just really complete that circle. So what you've been seeing this past week with the Fall Dinner Series and the Summer Dinner Series before that is having the purveyors, the ranchers, the farmers, the brewers, the distillers, the winemakers, everybody come together, connect with the chef, and then come back to the guests. That's the full circle, and that's what we've really wanted to bring the whole time to our community.
I love how you have the guys that can't be here today,
Right.
and they're doing their Zoom in, and you're getting to see them in their kitchen.
Well, Eric, it's about connecting community.
Yeah.
And that's what I would say is really what this has really been a culmination of is we go out on these road trips, and really we're connecting the state and all of the farmers, distillers,
It's amazing what
brewers.
you guys are doing.
And
It's
then
fantastic.
we get to connect right here is like the final culmination of it all.
Here's my
because
favorite
now it's
stuff.
the community right here in front of us.
Kitchen stuff. You guys stay right there because we're not ready to expo this yet. But James, could you bring the chef's mic up? And we're still on the stream. Thank you guys for joining us. This is day 4. Chef Scott Hybbeneth here with us. Chef, we're going to bring your microphone up. Hey, Chef, we got you on right now. We want to do a little bit of play-by-play with you if we can hear you. The main course is coming out.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Yep. This is Harper Feeder's lamb out of Eaton, Colorado, up north here. And I don't know, first of all, what do you think of the lamb?
The lamb is beautiful. It's beautiful.
Oh, it's good. It looks
I
awesome.
took the lamb sirloins, we rolled them, marinated them, and I'm sure you saw the fire on the grill
Yeah, I was
before,
like,
so
how
we-
in the world is this so damn juicy? And everything was on fire back there, but that was a controlled burn, wasn't it?
It was a controlled burn. Yeah, the Forest Service could use my services on that aspect right there.
I like that.
So let the folks at home, and we've got Jay on the roaming camera, just describe this course for us, if you would.
So we roasted and finished in the oven the lamb sirloin, sweet onion flan. My apologies, I don't remember the name of the onion farm, but heirloom tomatoes.
Petrocco Farms.
Petrocco Farms.
Yep.
And then we finished it off with a little bit of with just the demi glaze as well, to just kind of bring everything together.
Oh my God.
It looks, but these are Rocky Mountain fresh heirloom tomatoes.
They are. Yeah.
And then you've got the sweet onion flan, and I'm excited to try that because
Everything's been bomb, Chef. I mean,
Glad you're
off
enjoying
the
it.
hook, bomb. Mallory, have you been able to eat any of this?
This lamb's got kind of a
I
big fat
have.
cap on it, but
This tonight we've been able to try a little bit of everything, so it's been amazing.
Do you have an end there that I can try?
you can help yourself to.
I know, doesn't that
I
just?
just want to try a little
I
end.
want him to see it. Put it on a stick on a fork and just eat it like a lollipop.
Yeah. Let me try that. It looks so good, folks. You can't see this. Oh, and look at that juicy
These
fat,
tomatoes
and
are
I'll
so
go for
good.
that with lamb.
Delish.
Looks
Look at
good.
Hudson.
I feel like Mallory never gets to eat.
You can take off with that. That's good.
Mallory.
Thank you so much.
One piece per plate.
Coming
please.
at you. There's a nice
Can I feed
spoonful.
you?
Go for it.
You're such a good sport. She had no idea we were going
once
to
they
pull
have
her in
that,
on the
that's where you
stream
go.
tonight.
If you
Kind of fun, though, isn't it?
do you want to hide that? You don't have to eat it.
I would love to, but I'm the worst person to hand over lamb to because I actually don't eat lamb. But it smells amazing.
So sorry. Like, can I feed you? Yeah.
I know, like Kevin.
There you go, Kevin.
There we go.
Kevin Weber. Juicy.
And so, Mallory, what is it about lamb you don't like?
Oh, just
Probably a pescatarian. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
I
okay.
did eat the trout. The trout was phenomenal.
I think I'm going to turn to that for a little while.
A pescatarian.
Yeah.
The tuna crudo.
The tuna crudo is my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
The Finer Things
The
Club.
salmon and risotto, amazing.
Are you a beer, wine, or spirits drinker?
A little bit of everything. I have recently been able to work in the winery a lot more, so I think my wine knowledge, I was a little intimidated previously by wine in general.
Me too.
Absolutely, and it can be.
Yeah.
But working with Kevin and Jason,
Okay.
it's been nice to
Are you ready to run?
casually talk about
Ready to
wine
run?
and learn about it. And I was just telling Kevin that
Ready to run?
a table had asked me the difference between all three, and I was confident and happy to be able to talk about it. And
All
really,
right.
you know,
We are
taste
ready
and
to
learn
run some
and-
food.
So right now I can say wine.
Nice, nice. And red or white?
Red.
So you like that 59er
I
that I've
do
been
love the
just...
59.
Everybody loves
Oh,
it.
my gosh.
It's delicious.
Is it bad, like I want to take a bottle to bed with a nipple?
Why-
Is
No,
that like...
no. Every night, fall asleep with a glass in hand.
Where did the 59 come from?
59 was when we
There you
first came up
go.
with the name Carboy. We were looking at where carboys were used in history. And obvious
You are
Europe.
welcome.
But I was like, they had to have used carboys in the 1800s in Colorado during the gold rush. So I did a little digging, and I found that they were making moonshine out of the big 10-gallon carboy jugs. And the big gold rush in Colorado was 1859. They called them 59ers. And so we decided we were going to call it Vin 59. We were pioneering a new thing with carboy, and we wanted to pay tribute to those pioneers. It just kind of fit. And then it was ironic. A year later, we ended up buying the gold pan, which has been around since that time. So it just kind of all organically came
I just
together.
got reprimanded by Ellington for not remembering to face
It's a great
protein.
segue, Kevin, because we're going to talk about Carboy with our
But
guests
he
here
knew,
right
he
now.
knew I did. He was just
And,
trying to give me a hard time.
Chef Scott, we're going to have him describe this course. So we're going to jump over to these microphones, if you could. Thank you, Mallory.
Thank you,
It was so
guys.
great having you on the
Absolutely,
street.
so great to work with you.
Thank you, Mallory.
Class act. All right, we're going to...
Oh, really?
Okay, you guys, how's dinner so far? Please tell me it's okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Chef Scott Hybbeneth is killing it, wouldn't you agree? Chef, is your microphone on, sir?
I don't know, is it on?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Okay, this course is coming out. We'll bring the music down. We'll talk about this course. All right, main course. It's always the most important course. You want to have the impression. This is Harper Feeder's lamb out of Eaton, Colorado.
There you go.
A lot going on in this dish. Could just begin. What are we looking at here?
So the Harper's Feeder's lamb. We went with lamb sirloins. I rolled them up and tied them, made them into a nice cylinder, and then put them on the grill back there. They were marinated with rosemary, oregano, garlic, salt, pepper, oil. Threw them on the grill and almost torched them so the outside got charred up pretty good. Finished them in the oven, sliced them, served with some fresh heirloom tomatoes, Colorado Proud heirloom tomatoes, a sweet onion flan, so custard onions in there, and then the lamb, and then the demi-glaze as well. So these ingredients work pretty well on their own. I didn't have to do too much, so just organize them on the plate and set them out in front of you. That's all I really had to do for this dish, so enjoy.
Nice. Thank you, Chef. It is awesome. And, hey, one thing about this lamb, folks, this was all raised, born and raised on the western slope. It's brought down to Denver in the Front Range to fatten up, and then it's on your plate that fast. And I got to tell you, we got to thank Mike Harper from Harper Feeders up north, right just north of Greeley, for bringing all this and making this happen. So thank you, Mike. And I'm just curious how this tastes.
Yeah, how does it taste? Pretty good? Yes, perfect. That's fantastic. A lot of times ingredients, and locally here, we want the ingredients to speak for themselves. When you get good proteins, Chef, that's exactly what you're looking to do, isn't it?
It's true. I mean, if you have good product to start with, you have to treat it poorly to screw it up. And so if you're starting with great things, like these tomatoes are awesome, the lamb's awesome, the onions were awesome, and that's a funny thing because onions are kind of like they're like the drummer of the food world that you can't live without them. But no one's like, hey, I'm going home with the drummer tonight. Sorry.
That was the best analogy I've ever heard in my life. That was so good. Are you a wine drinker?
I am a wine drinker.
Yeah, Carboy in your backyard here. You guys are getting to know the family here, Logan Street and Carboy and Angelo's where you hail. This gentleman right here and wine, Kevin Weber and Carboy. Let's hear it for Carboy and Kevin Weber. We're going to talk a little wine right now. Say something nice about this gen right here.
About Kevin Weber? Yeah. This guy, he's got a vision that, as the chef, I kind of phase in and out, into the meetings and stuff like that. And Kevin has got his finger on the pulse and keeps pushing things forward and making Carboy great. And, when we first started up, I was like, you know what, we're all equal parts in this. And then I realized that, it takes someone like Kevin to push us forward. And at that point, I was like, I'm willing to just hitch on to this and ride it out because he's got more knowledge and more ability to get that wine out to everybody than I do with my food. I can make a dinner and serve 40, 50 people. Everybody goes home happy. He's got an ability to get this wine to everybody, and then in return they come back and see us at the winery. So I mean,
Wow.
It's one of those things like I can't. What I do for the winery wouldn't even matter unless we had Kevin out there, every single day bringing more and more people to the winery and making more and more people know what Carboy is and what we do here in Colorado. So
I could never do
Appreciate
an
it.
introduction like that. That was fantastic. Kevin Weber,
Thanks,
right?
Scott.
I mean, that's all you really need in life is to have your, colleagues talk nicely about you.
I'm done. I don't need to.
Yeah, what else do you do after that? But Carboy, talk about Carboy for the folks. I have a feeling everybody's very well acquainted, but I want to reaffirm, it's like you talk about Colorado wine, and you go, what? Carboy is cutting that trail. You guys are doing the right things. You're using Colorado grapes as well as other grapes, but the emphasis is on Colorado wine and building that up to be the brand that it is right now and exciting things. Maybe you'll tell us a secret. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Carboy, talk about Carboy, please.
Yeah, and thank you, Scott, because your vision, having a vision is great, but if other people don't see what you see, and you're not able to convey that, then it doesn't matter. So it takes a team to make this all happen, and everybody's equal in making it successful. And the vision that we all collectively had was to make Colorado, known for wine in a place where it's been known for beer. And it was a challenge, and it was a fun challenge to start off with. And I would be lying if I said that when I hedged my bet that we could make the best wine in Colorado, that I knew for a fact we were going to do it, that I'd be lying. But I felt it, and just the same way he's passionate about the ingredients and the farmers and everybody that goes into making this a great community, like I said last night. We want to take that same approach with Colorado viticulture and really put Colorado on the map and focus on what the possibilities are. And you see what's happening in California with the wildfires. And there's just such a huge opportunity Colorado has right now to just see some market share by just showing up and saying, look at this innovative adventure that we can provide as a Colorado wine as a whole. So it's very exciting, and 3 locations in 3 years. We've landed some 90-point scores, some 89s in Wine Enthusiast, and now we're buying our own vineyard. So
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Buying their own vineyard.
Yeah. So we went under contract last week. That's all I'm going to say about that, but it's going to be very, very exciting. It kind of brings everything full circle for us, thinking about where we started back in 2016, and now we have a vineyard. And I could still, remember conversations I had with Craig about, where are we going, and then seeing where we are right now. It has really been a collective vision of how we got here, and it's.
Are you on track?
We're on track.
Oh,
We're above the track.
Woo! Yes.
It's exciting. I hope everybody's enjoying the wine.
Yeah. What's your favorite Carboy wine?
Well, my man,
To put
you know
you
what?
on the spot. I know.
It's tough.
They're like
What's your
children.
favorite child?
Yeah,
Tell us.
exactly. Your
Which-
favorite child, like him.
Well, I know your favorite Carboy wine.
Oh, yes, of course, the 59er, man. I'm all about
Yeah,
that.
the
I am-
59.
The
Yeah.
59er rocks.
The
in
funny
my
story
world.
about 59 was, and we were just talking about this on air, was we named 59 after the 1859 Colorado Gold Rush. They were pioneers that kind of, and they were using carboys back in those days, and so we called it Vin 59. But in the beginning, it was all California product that was going in there. And it just geographically and viticulturally just didn't make sense. So when we made our commitment to really embrace Colorado viticulture and increase our harvest tonnage, from 15 tons to 58 tons, so 135 tons, it said, guys, it's time to rechristen 59 for what it should be, which is a Colorado blend, and it's dynamite.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a right
Yes,
bank Bordeaux
yes,
blend,
yes.
and it's pow right in the kisser.
Well,
You
and
know,
that's
You're
what you
drinking
guys have
Colorado,
done. Yeah.
you guys.
Colorado, you brought Colorado wine and really put it on the map.
Yeah, we met with the wine enthusiast team in Littleton last year, and they asked me, they said, what do you guys want? What do you guys want? And I said, I want to get Colorado out of the other U.S. category. Like when Colorado has arrived, when they have its own section in your buyer's guide. And that happened in this August. And it wasn't just us. It was a lot of great wineries, Buckle Family, Storm Cellar, Snowy Peaks. There's some really great winemakers in Colorado. So it's a tide that raises all boats. and we're just doing our part to raise that tide as high as it can go.
Yeah, we're proud, we're honored. It's very humbling, but Carboy Winery partners with us. This is what makes our community so great. Kevin Weber and Carboy Winery, yes, yes, yes.
This is why we're here, and thank you. This doesn't mean anything if you guys aren't sharing it with us. The community isn't just us doing, it's you guys appreciating and coming back, so thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. How's dinner, everybody? As promised, yes, yes, yes. Okay, we'll bring the music back up. I think it's a perfect night. Look at it, it's great out. The first night of October. How are the Broncos doing? Does anybody know? 10-10? Oh my goodness, we need 21 points. All right, keep eating. We'll check back with you in just a little bit. Glad you're here with us tonight.
I'm a lizard.
I love it. I love it. 7, 8 months, but you just get none of it. A lot of people love fall. All I see is stuff dying. I don't like these. Springtime, light bulb, like light, growing, regeneration. Which one's your favorite? What month are you born? Interesting. July.
Well, yeah.
Which 7? That's the doldrums of winter, man. It's like, for me, it's like, hang on. There's a couple, and then, you like holidays? You do? Okay. You need that.
There's certain holidays.
Well, Christmas to me is a kid's holiday. You know, and I love that. But so, you know, but me, that's where the rookies come in.
We got some, there's some kinship here. I'm just like, that holiday.
Now remember, my birthday's 7/11, so as a kid growing up on 6th and Jackson, 4th of July, everybody did a block party. And I knew exactly 1 week later was going to be my birthday. And I would get like my present on the 4th of July.
I know. But that's how it is in the interim. Like last week, I was just like,
4th of July. And I love fireworks, you know, we were throwing cannons at each other when we were kids. You know, the bottle rockets out of the That's just terribly mean.
It's so funny. So funny. So, here's the story. So this summer, we always go to
Sure.
Craig.
And he like is aware of this, like chiropractic sorry. I mean, the other dogs are like, I'm not. It's funny because he knows that that's like how it is. So I think it's a little better. You don't see her as like that was our I know, I thought about that later, and then this Sunday I didn't drink and watch the show. But like, she at least can look again. No.
It's a vision that's undefined. You've got those guys that go there, but not there. That's what he's I prefer Western. They just bring everything in the process.
It's really evolved. It's evolved.
So the next decade, I listen to Boyles all the freaking time.
One, two, three, go!
That's it. What happened to Boyles? What happened? What's he doing now? No. No. Oh, Rich is down there. What did you say at that point? You pick in front? Did you say pick in front? Do you want it to? Yeah? 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, wow. That's bizarre. You booked that story. Oh my God. That's big time stuff.
Okay. It is dessert time. How was the main course, you guys? Did you enjoy that? How was the main course, you guys? Did you enjoy
that? Yes.
We only have about 15 more minutes of making noise, and so we have to concentrate on our noise and make sure we have good noise that's positive energy. Okay, the main course is coming out. Where's Chef Scott?
Wait, and he misspoke because he said main course, but to him, because it's dessert time. And he knows that's my main course.
Okay, we have with us, this is a treat, Charles Talbott and Talbott Farms. Who's heard of Talbott Farms here in Colorado? It's an institution.
Yep, 113 years old.
Let's introduce him now. Charles Talbott, how are you?
Good. How are you guys doing tonight?
Give us a little bit about Talbott Farms. We just mentioned the Centennial Farm, Palisade, Colorado, but talk about the farm for a minute if you would.
Yeah, so my name is Charles Talbott. I'm a sixth-generation peach farmer in Palisade, Colorado. We've been farming for 113 years. Today at our current family farm, we still have 3 generations working there. My grandpa, his 3 brothers, and then my brother and myself. Pretty crazy farm over there.
Well, and tell him more, because you started with things like apples and pears and peaches, but now you just poured me something that's very special.
Hey, that better not be
Yes,
my
we
cider
broke into
box.
Greg's cider box.
Damn it,
and he
Brian.
said, hey, Greg has been talking about he wanted cider, but I haven't seen him drink one.
Hands off.
And I said, listen, break it open, crack one. I will try one of those semi-sweet ciders. And wait, here, should I try it and say hot damn? Greg, this one's beautiful.
Wait, were you going to say hot damn or no?
Hot damn.
Yeah. Hot damn. All right, good ingredients speak for themselves. And Chef Scott back there in the kitchen right now. We've got dessert out. Come on out here. First of all, Scott Hybbeneth, let's hear it for him, would you?
Yep.
Working really hard. Great ingredients, desserts coming out. Describe the dessert for the folks right now.
So I took the pears. We caramelized the pears. Did a vanilla semifreddo. It's an Italian type dessert. Semifreddo actually means half frozen, more or less a frozen mousse. Then again, I put the pears back into the dish. I did pear chips, and then what the crumble on there is with bow and arrow cornmeal. It's bow and arrow, right? Bow and arrow cornmeal.
Yes.
And then the syrup on there. This is a special little treat. Just the other day, I spend most of my time down in Littleton at the winery, and I was working with Ty Zock the other day, and he's our winemaker, for those of you who aren't familiar. He had just pressed the Riesling from Grand Valley, and I took a gallon of the Riesling juice, fresh pressed, cooked it down, and reduced it until it becomes this syrup on there. It's known as Mostacolto. It's an Italian specialty, or condiment, if you will. This predates the times of commercially available sugars and honeys and stuff like that. This was a way to, create a sweetener made from your grape juice. So I guess that's the components of that dish right there. So pears with semifreddo, Mostacolto, and bow and arrow cornmeal crumble.
All Colorado. So from the farm to the chef, completing that circle, guys, this means a lot to be in the same room.
It's very cool.
Farmer
Absolutely.
to the chef. You guys, okay.
Greg, could I throw one more in there?
Please.
You know who else brought that dairy? Is a local dairy called Royal Crest Dairy. And so when we say this is so local, folks, I mean, I don't know if you realize every single one of these dishes that was made for you tonight was probably, if not 100%, 95%, all ingredients that came within 200 miles of this restaurant. And that is something huge. You will not get that in town right now.
And Brian, I got to tell you, with Royal Crest Dairy, back in the 1980s when my father started the cider mill, he started the cider mill in 1983, and in 1984, Royal Crest was one of his very first accounts.
Wow.
I love it. I love it.
Small world.
You guys, one of the things about these dinners that I think is really special, and I want you to do me a favor, a personal favor, because let's hear it for the staff at Logan Street and Carboy that have been serving you here tonight. I mean, beyond belief, and here's the favor that I'm asking you. We left gratuity off of the price for the dinner tonight for a reason. It's tough being in service industry right now. I want you to impress these guys, extra impress them. They are waiting on you. You don't have a mask on. They do, for your protection. This is one of the only professions that they're asked to be unprotected and come serve you. How awesome is that? Let's show our appreciation tonight. You're going to get a 0 tab that'll come by. Tip however you feel. What I would feel is to go above and beyond. That's my ask for you guys, is to take care of this staff beyond belief. Make their nights so happy that they walk away going, oh my God, this is the reason why I'm in this business. Take care of these guys. It would really mean a lot. Again, for Logan Street and Carboy, these guys are just doing everything they can. I want to hear it for them once again.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, before the dinner tonight, we said to you, we're going to take a before dinner selfie, but now this is when it all becomes complete. This is when the connection happens. We promised you a night of community. We promised you a night of local. We promised you a night of purveyors that are local. And this is the time to where we really want to show appreciation for this chef right here, Chef Scott Hybbeneth. Yes.
Hybbeneth,
do it, right? I did that on purpose. Please, everybody, let's show that appreciation. Chef Scott, he worked so hard for us. Let's hear it for him.
Yes.
Woohoo! Here's this selfie. You come up front, young man. All right. No, nobody's going to get up. You just lean in. Do something interesting with your hands, though. That's the most important part. So as we take this selfie, put your hands up. This is the end of the night selfie, and we appreciate you being here for this dinner. Yes. Okay. You guys, let's hear it for you being here tonight. I hope that it was very complete for you. Did you enjoy your dinner? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for Chef Scott, for his staff. Tomorrow night, Chef Rebecca Weissman, she's batting cleanup. Who's going to be here for Chef Rebecca's dinner tomorrow night? Is anybody going to be here tomorrow night?
Anybody?
Yes. I like that. All right, so for our staff, Jay Parker, where are you at? Jay Parker, James, DJ. Man, Dave Avery, thank you so much for everything that you do. Eric Hyatt, Charles Talbott.
All the farms.
These guys, all the farms, all the ranchers, brewers, distilleries. We can't thank you enough. Brian Freeman, you're doing great work.
Greg Hollenbeck, thank you for creating the Modern Eater
Eric
and making
Hyatt,
all this happen, babe.
This is great. One last for you guys. Let's hear it for you guys coming out tonight. This is it. We will continue. Please come back.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. The Modern Eater continues.
Thank you.